Welcome everybody to Trinoline by Manga Gamer and Minori, makers of such wonderful games as Super Para, which I played for the channel, and I think it's called F a Fairy Tale. They make a lot of games. Unfortunately, they are now defunct, and I'm so sad about that. But I think they actually chose to stop making visual novels, from what I understand. They weren't like pushed out of the business or anything. But this is a game that just came out on Thursday. This was going to be out yesterday, but it had some issues, unfortunately, and my video got corrupted, so I have to redo it. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be trading some ground here. But I'll tell you, this game is like really cool. Like, production values are off the charts. If you want a really good, high quality visual novel, this is the one to buy. This is all ages on Steam, but you can download the adult patch from Manga Gamer's website to patch in all the lovely adult content for all you naughty boys and girls out there. And yeah, it's like $30 on Steam. It's like 15% off right now for like a launch discount, like a lot of games have nowadays. So pick it up. No better time to pick it up. And look at this. Isn't this cool? Oh wait. And this background changes. Like, I forget how it does, but it changes to night at some point. I forget how it did it, and it's really cool. Let's just start the game. Oh, I'm so excited. Hang on one second. I'm going to transfer my audio properties, okay? Because that's what screwed me over last time. All right.
流れている間に3回願い事を唱えるとその願いは叶う。でも本当はそんなことできない。言葉を繰り返している間に夜空の向こうへ消え去ってしまうからだ。
I swear this voice sounds like Kazuki from Furtive Grisaya, but I know it's probably not.
だから流れ星なんかに思いを込めたりはしない。この手で未来をつかみ自らの願いを叶える。
I think that's how you have to do it nowadays, you know? Believing and wishing, you know? They're nice to do, but I think you just have to go out and try to get what you want in life. That's how I view it
それ
anyway.
だけを考えて生きてきた。空、星。
So beautiful. Look at that sky. Absolutely gorgeous.
星空、夜の星空。真っ白い天井に透明な窓があり、その向こうには夜空が広がっている。真っ黒な闇を切り裂くように2羽の鳥が飛んでいる。豊かだ。一つメモリに記録される。あれは空を飛ぶ鳥。それなら私は豊かは星になったの。キラキラ輝く空の星に。誰かの声が聞こえた。顔を上げる。そこには翼があった。おはよう、鳥の。こんにちは。こんばんは。あなたは鳥の。私が作ったの。鳥の？そうよ。差し出された手に応えるように腕を伸ばす。あなたに与えられた3つの原則を。はい。第1条、アンドロイドは人間に危害を加えてはならない。第2条、アンドロイドは人間に与えられた命令に服従しなければならない。第3条、アンドロイドは第1条および第2条に反する恐れのない限り自己を守らな。ありがとう。機械的に口元が動いて言葉を発していく。これが私で、これが私の声。あなたはこれからこの世界で生きるの。だからあなたに名前をあげ なたは白ね。
That's a nice name.
白ね。そう、それがこの世界での名前。白ね。この大空を羽ばたいていく存在。そう、もう一人の白根として。
The other Shirone. The other Shirone. Ah, such a good soundtrack. Once something is forgotten, a person's heart dies just a little, just as the kanji for forget is written from the characters for losing one's heart. In due time, everyone forgets both the fun and the painful times. On the other end of the spectrum comes a word which means to learn and see clearly. That, I heard, was the origin of the kanji for remember, which is a combination of the characters for a large I and man. Even if one loses their heart, so long as they see clearly, they will trend away from death toward life. So I hated all the adults around me who said you were better off forgetting all of your painful memories. The voices, the figures, the sounds, the images seemed as if I had to live without regrets because all of those things lingered over me, and I was unable to purge them. However, my heart had been dead ever since that one summer day. Whenever the temperature starts to rise and I started to remember, I turned a blind eye in the face of that memory. I knew that I would never get to see her again, because time continuously just presses forward, never stopping. We're all going to die one day, okay? You, me, everybody else, all your loved ones will all die. So make the absolute most of all the time you have on this planet, because you'll never know when your hourglass will run dry. Just like sand seeping right from your hand, right through your grip. I alone had become an adult, and her time would forever be frozen. I wonder if I've changed since then. Someone called out to me from incredibly close by. Your face is way too close, Yuri. I could tell who it was without even having to think about it. There was only one person who would invade my personal space so deliberately. Wow. Like, they blink. I love that. That's great. And they move their mouths. That's really cool. You were? I'm sorry. My childhood friend whom I always walked to school with, Yuri Miyakaze. Although we did have an agreement to head to school regardless of the other person never showing up to our meeting spot. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this is the menu. I usually check the menus. You can turn the voices off if you want. I don't know why you would. The spoilers are there's the characters in the game. Change, at least the ones that have voices anyway. You can change some options. Active all in the background. I don't really know what that means. So if you want to skip the story and you alt tab out, do something else, it'll keep going. Enable special effects. That's on, right? Yeah. That's kind of cool. So you can actually turn this stuff off if you don't want it. Like, let's say for some reason your computer can't handle this game for whatever reason. You can turn that off. And you can change the browsing size. You can have it skip. You can change the font. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that. That's pretty neat. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool feature, right? Being able to change the font in the game, that's pretty nice. Alright, let's keep it sentence. I really do feel bad. I said I was sorry.
私のことはどうでもいいよ。そうじゃなくて。白根ちゃんのこと思い出してたんでしょ
Am I that easy to read?
そんなネクラな顔してると白根ちゃんが心配するよ。
I know.
ダメ、分かってない。顔が笑ってないもの。
I may not have looked at it. I may not have looked it, but I was trying to smile.
笑うならこれくらい笑わないと。
It's so cute. Look at that. It's like a grin, really. Sure.
何その反応。なんかシュン聞いてない？
What the hell is that sound? Seriously, sound like a freaking explosion. Isn't that more of a grin than a smile? Or is that just your way of smiling?
なんでもいいよ。
Anything goes with you, doesn't it?
そう？いつものシュンの笑顔に戻ってくれたからもういいやって思っただけ。でも放課後になったら
Oh,
謝
I
罪
was
タイ
so
ム
mad yesterday. I recorded a good chunk of this. I got ready to editing and found out there was no game audio because I use OBS to record my videos. And you have to set it in OBS to change the track numbers so that the mic audio and the game audio are on a separate track so I can edit both of them separately. Well, I never changed any of the settings and I've been using it to record videos for a while, and I go to record a video and you know there's no audio, so I found out that the desktop audio or the game audio is not on a track at all, so it just doesn't record. And I'm like, that's awesome. So I'm a little peeved, especially after the same thing happened when I recorded Our World Has Ended. Got it.
さて何をしてもらおうかな。
Please go easy on me. These small friendly conversations were just her way of showing how concerned she was. I bet she'd get mad at me if I said that out loud, though. Probably. Yuri and I left the beach at our usual pace and headed for school. This scene's actually really cool. Because look, they're actually walking. That's really cool. By the way, how did you know how to be at this beach?
私だって思い出しちゃうことくらいあるよ。大切な友達の一人だったんだから。
Yeah, I hope the audio isn't too loud. I'm not gonna actually turn that down just a tad. Hang on. There we go. That didn't save anything. I didn't save it, did I? Maybe I did. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's a little better.
それにさ、この時期になるといつもシュンしょぼくれてるのよ。
Do I?
そうなんだよ。自覚ないのかもしれないけど。まあ、いつもそんな顔してるか。
I'm not depressed. I'm happy. Well, happy people can be depressed too, you know. She hadn't said it outright, but I was sure she went looking for me out of concern for my well-being. She's nice like that. Yuri had been practically glued to me for one reason or another since that day. And to be honest, it actually annoyed me at first. It was all thanks to her that I'd been able to smile again, and I know I couldn't possibly thank her enough for it. Oh yeah, it's almost summer break. This will be your first summer vacation since transferring to our school, right? What are you gonna do?
シュンはそろそろ進路を考えなくちゃね。
Hit me right where it hurts, don't you? Yuri was a newly enrolled first-year student, while I was a matriculating second year, soon to be a third year. Those ahead of the game were probably working toward achieving their prospective career paths right about now, but I don't know what the hell I want to do in life. Hurt my head just thinking about it.
そうそう、今朝のニュース見た？サラ、またすごいものを発明したみたいね。
She did?
何？シュン見てないわけ？
I left the house after I woke up this morning.
朝ごはんはちゃんと食べた？
More or less.
ならいっか。
I had a cereal bar, okay? Her big bright smile only served to embarrass me.
そう、それでね、今朝のニュースにサラの話が出てて、
Oh, do tell.
世界がびっくりするような画期的なアンドロイドが完成間近なんだって。
Oh, they're building robots?
その
That's
登録
dope.
申請みたいなのが
Oh,
国
man.
際なんとか機関みたいなのにされてるらしく
Can
て。
you imagine, like, if androids, like, not really if, but more when, like, they become, like, indistinguishable from human beings? That'd be crazy, right? Like, there could be androids walking around and you never know. That's mostly gibberish to me, but it's still pretty incredible all the same.
すごいってこと？
You're really happy about that, Yuri.
そりゃ嬉しいよ。
Of course,
サ
you're
ラが
happy
私
about
のことを忘れ
everything.
てるだろうけど、幼なじみだし、
Of course we are. There's always one.
世界を変えるくらいの発明をしちゃうんじゃないかってみんな大期待
You know,
なんだ
and
から
I get why visual novels and dating sims do that, because, you know,
サラの
it's
ことを応援してるし、
it's, you know, they're trying to go after a certain type that people like. Some people like the childhood friend. Some people like, you know, like maybe the mature teacher or the, you know, mysterious classmate, or, you know, it's whatever. It's what you like. And that's why, yeah, she's a childhood friend. And it's like, yeah, it's tropey, but, you know, I can certainly see why they do it.
でももう半分くらい世界を変えちゃってるかもだけど、
Yuri proudly snorted with a heh, almost as if she were talking about herself. The androids on this island are operating via the system Sarah came up with, too.
ああ、そうだね、そうそう。
I didn't know a lot about it, but I had heard from my dad that Sarah was generating substantial results in the field of android development. Little by little, the androids were permeating society.
この島から未来が発信されてるの、それってすごいことだと思わない？
You know, that is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie. A little blown out of proportion, I mean. I forced to smile. These days, androids were even being used in nursing and childcare. The island has been designated as a special administration zone wherein research can be conducted on all various possibilities androids can provide, and were allowed to coexist with the island's residents. Naturally, that there were those that were skeptical about androids, so this island had been given the duty of acting as a model case for those individuals. That was why many robotics researchers, engineers, and the like had assembled here.
アンドロイド研究の先頭に立ってるのがサラだって言っても過言じゃないんだから。サラがみんなを笑顔にしてる。
Yeah, she is. Like Sarah, my dad was also involved in android development. He's currently abroad right now, though.
みんなが笑顔だったらいい世の中だよ。柄にもなくいいことを言ってみる。
Gary whispered up at the sky, practically talking to herself. Everyone were smiling. Gironi's face flickered in the corner of my mind, but I gently sealed it away in the depths of my heart.
シュンは最近サラと話したりはしてないの？
Huh? No. No, there's no way I could have.
シュンは RRC に住んでるし、話す機会があるもんだと思ってた。
But just because I'm at the RRC doesn't mean I can get into the research facility. The Robotics Research Center, or more commonly known as the RRC. There was company-owned housing on site, but it was distinctly separate from the research facility itself.
散歩してたりもしないんだ。
Not that I know of. Not that many people have seen her in the first place.
あ、そっか。テレビに出るのは高校の人だし、人前に出るのが嫌いなのかな。
Which explained why the image I had of Sarah was stuck in her childhood form.
きっとすごく美人になってるね。
I mean, yeah, it's, was like 90, 95 out here? Who knows?
だってすっごく綺麗だったし。
Oh, that kind of hot. Well, the way Yuri described her as pretty rather than cute represented Sarah perfectly, in my opinion. Even back then, Sarah had a somewhat mature air to her. You could sense something mysterious within those distant eyes of hers. How pretty. I do believe that's the impression I had of her, even in my younger days. That was why I admired her so.
どんな風になってるのかな。髪はどれくらいの長さになってて、服はどんなの着てるのかな。意外とお笑いとか見てたりして。
Hard to say. Oh man, I wish I knew like a cool robot joke to say there, but I don't. Yuri sounded like she was having a lot of fun speculating as we talked.
シュンはどう思う？昔よりももっと綺麗になってると思うでしょ？
I mean, naturally. Who knows? I mean, you know Samugi-san better than I do. What's with the smirk?
シュン、あんなに夢中で追いかけてたのに、サラのこと。
What's wrong with your eyes? They're all weird. What are you talking about? I let out an incredulous sigh.
さっさと告白して付き合って、なんなら結婚までしちゃえばよかったのに。
Oh, if only the world were so simple. That's way too hasty anyway you slice it.
白姉ちゃん、お兄ちゃんがサラちゃんと結婚したら、お姉ちゃんができるから嬉しいとか言ってたし。
Come on, why'd you have to bring Shirone up? She never said anything like that to me.
もう興味はないんだ。
Less interested, more supportive. Just like you are.
うまく逃げたね。
Yuri's grin was clearly intended to mock me. Actually, I have heard a little bit about Samugi-san from my dad.
そうなの？
From a while back, but I heard she spends most of her time holed up in her room while doing nothing but research. Well, that was the summed up version of what I heard about Sarah from Dad. I never asked any follow-up questions off on my own, and nor did I have any idea what became of her after the fact.
今でもそんな状態だったら、かわいそうね。
It's gotta be rough though, having to always perform at a high level. You know, people always expecting great things from you. You know, a lot of geniuses, you know, they commit suicide and stuff just, you know, under like the stress. It's not easy, you know, it's not hard to see why. Yeah?
研究室に閉じこもってて、ずっと仕事してるって感じだったら。
Oh, makes you wonder. Still, she must be doing well. I mean, there's no way she'd be able to come up with so many inventions otherwise, right?
そうじゃなくって、遊べてないんだとしたらかわいそうだなって。子供の頃サラともいっぱい遊んだから。
It kind of feels like I'm playing an anime, and that, you know, not in a bad way, like school days way. Why not invite her to hang out during summer break then? Funny enough, I actually was gonna record school days for the channel way back in the day. But I didn't know it was like an anime visual novel. I didn't even know those like existed at the time, right? So I play it, and then it's like, boy, this, you know, this anime thing is like going on a bit longer. It's kind of overstaying its welcome. Has it ever turned into like a normal game? No, it doesn't. Spoiler alert.
夏休みに？
It's like those old like there's like DVD like visual novels too, kind of like that, where it's like a movie and you just like something like, you know, something like that. Feels like one of those kind of games, like FMV games of old or something. I made the suggestion in an attempt to do something about that depressed look she had on her face.
会ってくれるかな？そもそも私たちの
I mean, school days, it was alright,
覚えてくれるかな？
but it's not a game type I like. I'm not sure, but let's invite her anyway. If she turns us down, that's fine.
そうね。まずは誘ってみなくちゃ。引きこもりのサラが飛びつくようなスペシャルな夏休みプランを考えようっと。海にバーベキューに山登り。
Oh, speaking of
この島に
vacation,
は楽しいことが
I myself am going on
いっぱいあるんだから。
kind of vacation here in like a month. I'm going up to Chicago to the Anime Central convention up there, and I'm really excited. Just as Yuri puffed up her chest and regained her cheer, the silhouette of the school came into view. Yeah, there's a couple people I want to see. Crispin Freeman is going to be there. If you don't know, he's like the English voice actor for like Alucard from Hellsing, and he does a bunch of other stuff, but that's like his big one. And I'm really excited to meet him. But that's enough about me. Let's get back to the game. She's kind of noisy this morning, huh? At the school gates, a raised voice with characteristic intonation reached my ears. It felt like I'd heard of this off-kilter accent, as if it's from some pseudo-foreigner somewhere before.
私体調悪くなったから今日はここで帰る。
You just got here. You're not leaving. You weren't acting that way before. Why now?
Good morning! おはようございます。そろそろ出席日数やばいから休みたくはなかったんだけど。
That reminds me, aren't you off? Or sorry, aren't you on the disciplinary
それ
committee?
今思い出すことじゃないでしょ。
Not very disciplined, it seems.
へい、そこの二人。朝の校門前で不純異性交友とは 大胆不敵。頭隠して尻隠さずにも程があります。花子先輩に見つかっちゃったし。おーシット。先輩に向かって風紀委員が舌打ちなんて学級崩壊です。現代社会の闇ですね。それに邪魔したのはあなたたちの方で。
She's pretty cute, right?
せっかくの爽やかな朝の挨拶運動を
They're
邪
all
魔しないで
cute.
ほしいで
They
す。
have to be. That's how the games are designed. You can't have like an ugly visual novel character. It doesn't work.
投稿の邪魔してるのは先輩でしょ。
They might not be
こ
your
の
type,
年になって大
but
声で挨拶をして
they're
通る
never
とか
ugly.
恥ずかしすぎてできないわよ。はい、子供がやっていることをなぜできないです。
Senpai, please calm down. People are starting to stare and it's really awkward. If I recall, her full name was Hanako F. Bristol. It wasn't just for show. She seemed to be a genuine foreigner. The F stands for foreigner. Hanako Foreigner Bristol. Her accent was still suspicious, though.
これが落ち着いていられますか。シュン、不純異性交友は校則違反です。
You're an iron like that. Anyway, that doesn't really apply to us since we're not actually on school grounds yet. I haven't crossed the gate.
一理あります。だいたい朝の挨拶運動って言ったって先輩一人しかいないじゃない。他の委員は挨拶はしたい人がすればいいのです。もちろんみんなが自然と気持ちのいい挨拶をするのがベストで
Her
はあり
eyes are
ます
really
が。
big or her head is really small. I can't really quite tell which is correct.
だから私はどの委員にも運動を強制しません。その代わり私はみんなが元気よく挨拶をするまでこの運動を一人でも続けます。
She declared brazenly, without malice nor sarcasm. I was pretty sure this candid side of hers was the reason everyone adored her so much.
ユーリ、あなたは風紀委員です。他の生徒の模範とならなくてはいけません。ですから強制はしませんが
Would you please
お
do
願
your
い
job?
させてください。
Yuri's reaction to Hanako Senpai's polite request was similar to an elementary student who had just been given food they disliked. As bad as she may have been at dealing with Hanako Senpai, Yuri was a meek girl at her core, so direct remarks like these were incredibly effective on her.
はい、ユーリ、おはようございます。おはようございます。
Ohayou gozaimasu?
何か言いましたか？おはようございます。とってもいい挨拶です。ユーリも次から挨拶運動に参加しますか？結構です。もう先を急ぎますので。Wait a minute! 挨拶運動に参加すれば、ユーリの出席状況について考えてもらうことを学校側に求めましょう。そんなことできるの？私は風紀委員長ですから遅刻早退をなかったことにはできませんが、生活態度が良好なことを示せれば留年という処分は遠ざかるでしょう。
I'm sorry, but it's like she's late all the time. She's always tired. I'm gonna say she's on drugs. Yuri groaned, seemingly conflicted by the golden opportunity presented to her. I personally didn't want Yuri to repeat the year, so I hoped she would accept Hanako-senpai's proposal.
ただし遅刻は腹っきりですから。
That seems a little extreme.
忘れん坊は打ち首の上市中引き回しです。聞きかじった日本語を適当に羅列してるだけじゃん。
I played like 6 Higurashi games. I'm a goddamn scholar when it comes to ancient Japanese traditions.
来年には私は卒業し
Okay,
てしま
that
うの
might
です
be
よ。
might be a little stretch, but
それ
a
ま
lot
で
of
に
fun.
有利に
Man,
は
those games are so
風
good.
紀委員の何たるかを全て叩き込
Manga
み
Game
ま
is
す。
working on bringing the 7th one finally over. I mean, there's 8 of them, but they said it's in testing and stuff, so hopefully it'll be released somewhat soon.
有利は私の後を継いで風紀委員の委員長になるのですから。
Oh, that's why she wants to be a better person.
私委員長になるなんて一言も。 言っているのです。私の見込んだ有利なら No problem。
No problem。
風紀は一日にしてならず、風紀を乱す者をこの世から一掃するのが私たちの役目なのです。
Well, that's a lofty goal, isn't it?
私、そんな秘密結社みたいな委員会に入った覚えない。
Waves of students hurried past Hanako Senpai and Yuri as their dispute unfurled. We were going to be late if we kept this up. Hanako Senpai, can we please talk about this later? We aren't going to make it in time for homeroom. Huh? Who's that girl? I blinked 2 or 3 times. Just now for an instant.
どうしました、シュン？
What are you looking at me for? No, it couldn't be. She was a genius. No reason to take classes. There's no way she'd come to school. Maybe I was going crazy since Yuri and I have been talking about her earlier.
What? どうしたのです？熱でもあるのですか？ユーリ、シュンの様子がおかしい。
That's, yeah, that's a little bit of a jump there, considering I'm just staring off into the distance, kind of, you know, absent-mindedly. No, they were going crazy.
Shit! 逃げられました。ユーリ、待つのです。
Well, that was a good morning. Not that their usual slapstick routine had ended. I recalled that earlier sight. What the heck was that? Oh well, may as well head to class myself.
今日も朝から災難だったね。
Oh my god, this girl is the cutest thing. She reminds me of Ruriko from Princess of Angel. You saw all that? Oh, look how cute she is. The first person who spoke up to me as I sat down my bag was my classmate Ayako Hibino-san, which I can never pronounce correctly. Or I never remember it correctly, I should say. Yeah, wait, if you were watching, I wish you would have said something. Oh, come on, I would have treated you ice cream again in exchange for the help. Well, obviously.
それにしても、私がアイス好きっていう情報、一向に書き換わる気配ないよね。
Oh, you aren't?
いや、冷たいものは大好きだよ。アイスもかき氷も。
I could go for some ice cream right about now. Man, I don't think we have any in the house, though.
そうだな。この時期だったら、夏季限定発売のゴリゴリ君トマト味がおすすめ。
Tomato flavored, ugh. Oh, that's right. Hibino-san was obsessed with some rather odd flavors.
それより、アイスをおごれば言うことを聞くなんていうちょろいのレッテルを貼るのはやめてよ。
I've said no such thing. Wasn't what I was really shooting for.
どうかな。長い付き合いのような気がするけど。
I don't even understand myself 9 times out of 10. That's not surprising. Don't really have any special skills, nor do I have as many friends as you do, Hibino-san. I just exist, pretty much. I'm empty, like air.
そうなの？じゃあ、下の学年のクラスに転校生が来るから。
Really?
お友達になったら？
Is that true?
さっき職員室へ行ったらそんなことを話していたよ。
That isn't even the start of a new term. Talk about weird timing.
親の転勤とか？この島、RRC 以外は目立った仕事もないけど。
The only other possibility was the tourist trade which capitalized on the island's pristine beaches.
でも、あんまり生活には困らないよね。RRC のおかげでコンビニもあるし、最新鋭のロボットとも触れ合えるし。あ、そうそう。先週から隣のおばさん家にソルティの試作機が来たの。あの子、結構可愛いよね。
That's a shopping assistant android, right?
また2週間経ったら研究所に戻さなきゃいけないんだけどね。
The salty model Hibino mentioned was a type of humanoid robot developed by the RRC. It could carry your bags and automatically print recipes for ingredients. That's pretty dope. Although I call it humanoid, that was only the extent that it was capable of upright bipedal movement. you could still distinguish it from a human at a glance. So, you know, it's kind of like a human, but not quite. You know, it's getting there, obviously.
アンドロイド、早く普及すればいいのにね。そうすれば、もっと生活が楽になると思うの。
This game's great. I'm sure it won't take very long once they get the laws and administrative issues all streamlined. This island was specifically chosen for Android development, so it's accommodating in all sorts of ways. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this product was provided by Manga Gamer. They were so kind as to give me a copy. I wonder if she was involved in the development of the androids visible occasionally around town as well. I got my hopes up when Nabino-san said transfer student, but it was a different matter altogether if the student was from a lower grade. I must have been seeing things earlier or something. I don't know what's going on there.
そういえば、職員室の前を通りかかったらいつもより想像しかった気がする。
Oh?
もしかしてすっごく可愛い子が来ちゃったのかな。
Well, maybe they're not and they've got some sort of pop quiz planned for us instead.
鋭いね。さすがナナミくん。
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You flatter me so much.
その線もあると見て、私はそろそろ着席しようかな。
Yes, you should. Hibino gave a gentle wave and returned to her desk, and unfortunately for anyone playing this game, she does not have her out. I looked it up. I've known Hibino for about as long as Yuri, but we weren't nearly as close. So she is like Ririka. Well, she got a route in the fan disc, but honestly, the fan disc was kind of lackluster, and it kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. Since that day, I found it difficult to express my feelings, so I was never able to drop the formalities around anyone else aside from Yuri. She didn't let that bother her and always treated me partially, and for that I was grateful. Homeroom passed by as indifferently as ever. I ignored the teacher's ramblings and waited for the end of period bell to ring. The teacher showed no signs of giving up us a pop quiz, so it was likely first period would be incident-free. I readjusted in my seat. Huh? Once I caught sight of the figure making her way to the podium, my eyes became glued on her. Her dignified voice rang out, practically shattering the air that hung over the silent class.
この度、復学することになりました。紬、サラです。
Ah! Everyone except me was frozen in place. We stared at her with wide eyes as if we'd been glared at by Medusa herself. Our honest impression was that she, Sarah, really did exist, because she's a real person, flesh and blood and all. Her translucent limbs were so dainty and delicate that it was hard to imagine a past in which we had played in the mud together as kids. She had likely forgotten all about that by now. Otherwise, Sarah would never have grown up looking the way she does now. I don't really see how those two are related, but alright. With the homeroom teacher also staring at her in silence, an unsurprisingly troubled expression crept onto Sarah's face.
絹織物の紬に植物の木、皿掃除の皿。それが私の名前です。
Oh, that's so cool how they combine words to make names. But, you know, they usually mean something, right? That's a pretty name. Silken plant, Saltree, the silken plant. I don't know what a Saltree is. Sounds nice. She gave a quick bow and a slight smile. She even wrote her name in English. That's very nice. Huh? Wait, no, that's not how school works. You don't just get to cut out whenever you feel like it. Her unexpected statement rendered everyone in the class dumbfounded. Sarah elegantly made her way back to the door she came in through. Sarah! When I cried out her name in my heart, our eyes met for a brief moment. Sarah's mouth gently moved, a subtle movement, so nobody would notice unless they were paying attention. Hurry and follow me. I quickly stood up in response to her silent request. I think the teacher tried to stop me, but it went in one ear and out the other. I inadvertently rushed out of the classroom. Sarah! Sarah! She stopped in place at the sound of her own name. Oh, sorry. Tsumugi-san. I called her by her first name on reflex.
どうしたのシュン
She remembered us. Oh boy, I didn't think I'd get this far. I never felt this sort of impact from hearing my own name before. Memories of playing with Sarah when we were younger vividly washed over me. The feelings that came along with them got in the way, leaving me at a loss for words. You remembered me.
ごめんなさい。私、時間があまりなくて。
Well, it's not so much that I needed anything. I just have so many things I want to ask you. I've been moping around, avoiding everyone I possibly could since that one day, including Sarah. It wasn't in response to that, but my body autonomously sprang into action before I could register what was happening.
今日の放課後、鳥かごで待ってる。
The birdcage. Can't we talk now?
あの日からもう何年も経ってしまったの。
Sarah suddenly whispered, seemingly obstructing my
遅す
question.
ぎたのかもしれない。それでも、あの日までの記憶は過去なのかと問われたら、私はそうじゃないと答えると思う。ねえ、あなたはどう？
That's nice.
ナナミ。
Good to hear. I wasn't great with abstract conversations, but Sarah was probably trying to confirm whether my feelings had remained unchanged since that day. All that I can say for sure is that the memories of my time with Sharon meant the world to me. Of course, the same could be said for when I played with Yuri, or with you.
思い出か。そう。大体わかった。
So, when you say birdcage, you mean that birdcage? Birdcage. That single word was all it took for me to know Sarah hadn't forgotten about me. It was on RC grounds and we had played there together all the time when we were younger. But I can't get in there anymore. My smartphone suddenly vibrated. An email.
裏の非常口から入って。スマホをかざせば入れるようにしたから。それと、サラでいい。ね、シュン。待ってる。
Sarah disappeared without ever looking back at me. It was like a ghost. Absentmindedly stood in place for a while, completely motionless. Wow. Old friend indeed. Thank you. It sounded like you settled everyone down for me, Hibino-san.
お礼なんていいよ。それから、朝のアイスの話は冗談ってことで。
It was lunchtime. I bowed my head to Hibino-san. I was mildly concerned about any rumors that may have spread after I chased after Sarah earlier, so this was a lifesaver. What in the world has she said for everyone, including our teacher, to understand, or am I likely to silence them?
それで、お話はできたの？
More or less, yeah.
よかったね。告白の邪魔が入らないように、私も頑張った甲斐があったよ。
wait, what? What?
告白しに行ったんだよね。
No, that's not what it was about.
振られちゃったの？
No, like I said, it's nothing like that.
シューン！ビッグニュース！ビッグニュース！
I could hear Yuri's voice from the other side of the room.
あった。宮風さんに聞かれたらまずいところだった。
Keep your voice down, Hibino. God. No more ice cream for you. Amused, Hibino bounced away as Yuri ran up to take her place.
聞いて聞いて。サラがね、明日から復学するんだって。
Jeez, that's so period one news. God, get with the times. I know, yeah.
まさかシュン、知ってたの？
I didn't, but Samugi just happened to come over to our class this morning and...
サラが？本当に？どこにいるの？
Sarah's not here anymore. She left.
そんな。
And he looked around the classroom, eyeballing anyone who even remotely resembled Sarah, like that one girl in the background, kinda.
でも、本物のサラだったんだよね。
Oh man, what if she was a robot this whole time? Oh man, wouldn't that be a twist? Sure was. I was amused by how Yuri was excitedly bouncing around the room like a kid. Well, not that I was one to talk after kind of barging out in the hallway in the middle of homeroom, but...
なんで突然？
You're not happy about it?
嬉しいけど、でも突然だったからさ。
I know, what weird
朝
timing, right?
サラの話をしたばっかりでこんなことがあって。シュンはどう思ってるの？サラのこと。
Yuri timidly asked me. I fully support her.
それは朝に聞いたよ。
We haven't even seen each other in years. That's all I really can say right now.
そうだよね。
Why didn't I tell Yuri about the promise Sarah and I made to meet up after school today? Well, the answer to that was most likely because I didn't want to worry her. I was positive Yuri was apprehensive that Sarah's reappearance would cause me to pointlessly remember Shirone. Oh, right. I've got something I need to take care of after school today. I'm really sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you another time.
それはいいんだけどさ。シュン。
Yeah? Yuri looked deep into my eyes. She may have gotten a faint inkling that my after-school plans likely had something to do with Sarah.
なんでもない。
What was she about to say? I could more or less really tell what it was, but decided not to press her about it right now. In the end, Yuri went through all of lunch break with a solemn expression before leaving the classroom. After school. Okay, guess I better get going. I readied myself and grabbed my bag. I pushed everything that happened between Sarah and I earlier that morning from my mind as I walked. The three of us, including my little sister Shirone, were all really close. Oh, she was our sister. We would play together whenever we possibly could. However, that friendship came to an end all too easily, triggered by the events of that day. Shirone died in an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault, but it still put a heavy strain on me and our family. I skipped school for quite some time as a result. It was then that Yuri started to follow me around more, and Sarah had cut ties altogether. I later learned that she had stopped going to school too. She holed herself up in her laboratory at the RRC, which she had been involved with for some time, and no one had seen her since. And that was the last I'd seen of her as well. However, there were some memories Sarah and I shared that neither Yuri nor Shirone were aware of. Those memories were of us playing alone together. We used to think of each other as more than just childhood friends or acquaintances, although we never really actually said it out loud. You know, the air was there. I passed through the RRC building and came onto the faculty grounds. The sight before me was exactly as I remembered. Sorry, facility grounds. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Look at that sunset. Gorgeous.
久しぶり。
Sarah's voice danced into my ears, carried along by a gentle breeze which blew from across the ocean. She'd grown into such a mature woman that I found it difficult to speak to her with as much familiarity as I used to long
こう
ago.
して会うの何年ぶりなのかな。
Well, let me think. I counted on my fingers.
すぐに答えられないくらい長い間会っていなかったのね。
Long enough. Too long.
全部忘れてない。忘れるわけない。
Aww.
あの頃の思い出は私の宝物だもの。
Precious? I felt a sudden pang in my chest when I heard such a profound declaration.
ちょっとびっくりしちゃった。シュンがあんなに大胆だなんて思わなかったから。
I recalled barging out of the classroom earlier that afternoon to chase after her. I'm kind of embarrassed after she pointed that out.
でも私のことすぐに思い出せたのね。
Of course, your name is the same after all, but you look different from what I had imagined.
想像？私のことを想像してたの？もっとヒョロヒョロだと思った？血色悪くて分厚いメガネをかけたりして。
Isn't that the sort of image that comes to mind of people in your position, Tsumugi-san?
イメージという
Sort of
よ
like
り
nerdy
実
person?
際そういう人が多いの。
Geeky, you know? Like, not that that's a bad thing, but... Well, you are definitely not like that, at all.
なら想像より綺麗だったりした？
Well, you really coming out and suggesting that yourself?
どうして？別にうぬぼれてるとかじゃないのよ。
True.
久しぶりに会った女性に対してかける言葉は綺麗とか大人っぽいと言っておけばいいものなの。相変わらずシュンはそういうところが増えたというか不器用ね。
Sir politely dismissed me almost as if she were speaking to a child. I may have been tactless, but reuniting with an old friend wasn't exactly something that happened very often. I mean, does that mean you remember me as well, Samuki-san?
私記憶力がいい方だから。シュンが声変わりしてるのは変な感じだけど。
What? Why?
それにね、大切なことって時間が経って忘れてもいつか思い出せるものだと思うの。
That's probably true.
ねえ、そうじゃない？
Yes, you may be right. Hearing Sarah openly say all this was extremely refreshing. That reminds me. How beautiful that is. Man, could I have a view like that every day? Wow. This birdcage is still here, huh?
多少潮風で傷んではいるけど昔のまま。というかサラでいいから。他人行儀みたいな感じシュンには似合わない。私に何か遠慮することでもあるの？
Nah. We may have been childhood friends, but we hadn't seen each other in a long time. Not to mention, Sarah was conducting such incredible research. But I suppose creating a wall between us may have actually been more suffocating for her.
普通でいいの。普通で。昔と一緒でいいの。
Yeah, I understand. Or so I said, but I still couldn't treat her as cruelly as I did Yuri, and in a good way.
ねえ、朝のことだけど校門で2人を見かけたの。ユーリとは今でも仲良しなのね。
Yeah.
それはよかった。
Sarah said Yuri's name with delight. Looks like the girl with long hair I saw walking away from us at school gates really was her.
ユーリは私のこと覚えてくれてるかな？
Of course she does. Her question made me break out into a smile. Sarah really hadn't changed at all.
そういえばすぐにここまで来れた？
Yeah, is that really okay? I mean, I've heard the security here is tight.
そうね。見つかったら問答無用で ED801 の警備ロボットに射殺される。
You're kidding, right?
というのは冗談。
It's a joke, right? Okay, good. Sarah giggled. I giggled. We all giggled. We had a great, jaunty laugh.
でも
As
セ
I
キュリ
feared
テ
for
ィ
my
が厳
life
しい
for
のは
a
本
brief
当だから
moment.
シュンに何かあったらってドキドキしてたのは確か。
That's so mean.
手引きした私も同罪になっちゃうの。当たり前だけど。それに私だって
Man, they take the
たまに
security
は
stuff
悪
so
いことし
seriously.
て
Oh
みた
my
くなる
god.
ものなの。小さい頃真夜中
Naughty
に家を抜け出して2人で星座を見た時のようにね。
Yeah, I guess we did used to do that. Even before my embarrassment, the memories of us sneaking out and my parents getting mad at me were what had instantly come to mind.
あの頃は本当によ
Good
かった。
times, good times. Sarah shut her eyes and reminisced about the days when we were younger.
それから今日みたいな暑い日には海を見ると思い出す。みんなで遊んだこと、白根のこと。
I was startled by the unexpected mention of my sister's name. She paid no mind and continued to stare at me.
あの不幸な出来事は私にとっても転機となった。白根のことがあって救助用アンドロイドも開発したし。
Rescue androids. Oh, that's really nice. Really?
この島の事故率がすごく減ったの。 知ってる？ちょっとした自慢話になっちゃうけど。
You know, it really says a lot about a person if they can, like, work towards the betterment of, like, mankind in some way. It's always, you know, very admirable. Sarah had done everything she could to the best of her ability. In comparison, yeah.
そして、もう一つの開発もようやく実を結んだ。
Oh?
随分時間がかかってしまったけど。
You know, Rome wasn't built in a day.
またあの日々を始められる。
What do you mean?
シュンと共に。
A wind tinged with heat blew between us. Passed through the birdcage and rushed upward toward the sky.
私はもうあなたの前からいなくなったりはしない。絶対にね。
There was a trustworthiness to her words, which, pathetically enough, nearly made me let out a sigh of relief. She must have meant that Sharone's time, which had stopped with her passing, would move once again. And of course, my time with Sarah as well.
トリノが、私が世界を変える時が来た。失われた世界をもう一度ここからやり直す。
Our time began to move and the clouds drifted away toward the setting sun, like two birds taking flight from the birdcage.
それからあなたを必ず幸せにしてみせる。
Well, I think that's going to be it for the quick look of Trinoline. You can pick it up right now on Steam or MangaGamer.com for about $30 American. So pick it up. This seems like a great game. I'm in love with it already, and I can't wait to play more. And I got some good quick looks coming next week, and I'm really excited about. So I hope you tune in. And if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. Like the video if you like the video, or comment, you know, suggestions. I always take suggestions. So I all hope you have a great weekend, and take care.